I'm Ian Cross from Swimming Without Stress. In this video I demonstrate what we call being a bloke on holiday. I'm also going to show you treading water in deep water. In these mountain pools in Asco and Visavona in Corsica, the water is ice cold and crystal clear, the purest water I've ever swam in. I don't use a wetsuit because although the water is quite difficult to get into, I like to be open to the full experience of swimming in nature, just like the Victorians. These natural swimming pools are perfect for swimming without stress. Have a look at my article, How to be Idle in the Water, on the homepage of our website, swimmingwithoutstress.co.uk. In my opinion, there really is a place for being what we call bloke on holiday, just wallowing and stretching in the water. With no one else around, you're removed from the anxiety created by too many other swimmers being in the pool. Am I fast enough for this lane? Does my belly look big in these trunks? To do what I'm doing here, if you've just learned to swim, you don't even need to be able to get your head out of the water to breathe. This pool's about 10 metres, the same sort of size of pool that we use to teach swimming throughout the year. And in 10-metre pools you can quite happily get from one end to the other without getting your head out to breathe when you're learning. Now here in this deep mountain pool I'm demonstrating treading water. Big slow sculling movements, just enough to keep your head out of the water so you can breathe normally, communicate with other people and look around. It's useful to rest on your back if you get tired or anxious. It's also very useful to let yourself go underwater, to do nothing at all. This is because you can create a lot of tension and waste a lot of energy by trying too hard not to let yourself go under, as though there's some monster under the surface. When you let yourself do nothing, you'll float just under the surface. Treading water is often taught in a way that makes you feel that if you go under it's the end. This is what happens when you go under. You just float just under the surface, and often in natural water you'll bob up quite easily as well. But this just goes to show how little you really need to do to keep your head out of the water so that you can breathe normally. Big slow sculling movements. Again, resting on the back just for a change, checking your breathing, making sure you're breathing normally. Anxiety or perhaps coldness isn't making you hyperventilate. Finally, my son Stan is going to jump into this deep water. And it's useful to notice how on entering the water and coming out, he treads water while he gets his bearings. And when he comes out, here he goes just fooling around. Come on, get on with it. Now when he comes out, he actually doesn't know where he is for a moment. So he treads water to get his bearings, and then he keeps his head out of the water to communicate with his mum as he swims back to her.